Hello you guys, I'm back. I have missed all of you so much. So happy that I came back sooner than later because as you know, I feel like I take forever to do videos. However, in today's video, I really wanted to focus on how I put all my stuff away. All my decorations, how I organize them, what bins do I use, my, I guess, thought process. And I think one of the main things that I've learned so far is just to have organize and clean one certain area first before you get to the other areas, because then you just have everything kind of everywhere. So I started off in the kitchen, and you know what's so funny is that I thought the dishes that were done, I thought they were dry, and I was trying to put all of them away and they weren't. I was like, really? It's fine. I'll just put them back, wait until they're dry. That's why they're piling up, so don't judge me. I tried. But yeah, I'm just cleaning up right after I was done cooking. And you guys, I'm just giving it a quick wipe down. I'm not really trying to get deep cleaning, because then I feel like that would take at least a couple hours, and I don't have that today. I really want to focus on undecorating and getting everything clean before I start redecorating for what I'm gonna do next. And honestly, this probably takes me about 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes tops. I'm just trying to make it look better than what it did before. Okay, so now I'm getting my bins for my garage. I stuck to this color specifically because it reminded me a lot of Easter. But would I recommend these bins? Not really. And let me tell you why. I think I just need more of a heavy duty bin, because if they're heavy, the lid of them might break. And to get more lids, I don't know if you can go back and just purchase a lid. I haven't tried, but if I do, I'll let you guys know. Also, I forgot to mention, I like to stack my bins on top of each other, and obviously I'm not going to put the heaviest one on top and the lightest one at the bottom. So, with that said, I don't really recommend them, but I do recommend them if you have something light. They don't take up much space, and I feel like for me they're easier to carry. Listen, I think what I'm trying to say here is that I feel like I would recommend them a little more, just if they were, I guess the lid was a little bit more heavy duty, more sturdier, because I like the shape, I like the size, and I'm pretty sure there are boxes. I just haven't looked. So that's my fault on my end. But you know what I'm saying. Now I'm just gonna finish putting my Target order away. Still have to do, this is a dresser that I'm currently working on. I'm so close to finishing it, but I do need to go to Lowe's real quick just to get a couple more things. Not that many things, probably just paintbrushes and stuff. And oh my goodness, you guys, these beads smell so good. I wish you can smell them through the screen. And I won't gatekeep, so here you go. Alright, so I went back to my Target order, and I wanted to know what kind of, I was gonna say flavor, honestly at this point, but the scent is floral with a hint of peach, jasmine, and I don't know if I'm saying this right, but freesia? And if I'm not saying it correctly, please correct me down in the comments. Okay, now that we put that load in, we can now focus on refreshing our home. And usually when I'm cleaning, if not all the time, I like to put something in the background, whether it's YouTube, whether it's my music, maybe if I'm feeling risky, putting on a show I've been watching. And honestly, I zone out. And I'm like, this is perfect. I do gotta say, you guys, I love to take my time putting everything away, because next year when I take it out, I'm like, oh, I'm glad I took the extra 5 minutes to pack it neatly and not all rushed and just thrown into the box. For me, I'm speaking on my end, you know. I know we all don't have that kind of time, and I totally respect that. But if you do, I recommend you putting in a little bit more time packing your stuff up because it's gonna last longer. And I also like to organize my bins depending on the type of items I have. So for example, maybe a bin can be all my florals. Another bin can be all my ceramics. Another bin can be garlands, and etc. etc. But I know that once I put all of my items away, so for example, all my ceramics, they're going to be at the bottom because that's going to be the heaviest. And then maybe my florals are going to be all the way at the top because they're the lightest. And I just organize it like that because I just feel a little bit better and not so scared of, something breaking. Because essentially, when I put it back in my garage, I'm not going to move it until it's time to take it out again. Also, something that I very much recommend you guys doing as well, that I just started recently doing, is focusing on an item that you want to put away first. So I usually stick to like the lighter items and leave the heavier items at the end because I do wrap them just enough for them not to chip or break or maybe even crack. So starting off with this bin, I like to organize my stuff, trying to see, kind of playing like Tetris, what fits and what doesn't fit, and what I feel like is not going to break as easily as other things. So here, I'm just trying to shove everything in there as much as I can. Every single little crack, there's something that can fit in there. I try to utilize a lot of the spaces that I have. So for example, this big jar, I try to put stuff in, so I've saved a little bit more space. A way that I try to organize my bins as well is getting the more bigger items, or maybe even ceramics like these. I pack them up, I put them at the bottom, and if I see that there's little spaces in between, I grab the smallest items that I see and then I put them in there if they fit, and if I feel like they're not going to break, then I put them in there. But I just try to utilize my space as much as I can, so that way I don't have to buy more bins. Alright, so this is everything that I still need left to pack away. I did want to show you guys how I pack my ceramics, or majority of my ceramics, like my Joanna Parker things. I can't forget about this side. And I broke it into sections, so like these are all the wreaths that I don't really have to worry about. I could just put them on top of the bins in my garage when I'm done. And the way I pack my ceramics, I usually buy my packing paper either from Walmart, or if I go to the store like Home Goods, even Hobby Lobby, they give you packing paper sometimes, like when you buy items. And I try and save those as much as I can. And the way I like to pack my ceramics is it's so funny to me because it looks like a burrito. See? I don't know. Anyway, I grab around 2, maybe 3 pieces of paper, and I fold it like a burrito. So like here you see me grabbed, I think 2. Fold it in the middle, 2 on the side, and then I keep rolling. And there you have it. And I place it right next to each other, or make it tight so if it moves and stuff, it doesn't break or crack, if you get what I'm saying. Like, it's not moving as much if it's packed in there tightly. Alright, so now I moved all my bins to the garage, and I also separated them by section. So this is all my heavy, like they feel heavy, section. And then right next to it is my semi-heavy section. So it's not as heavy, but it is you know, it has a little bit of weight to it. And then right next to it, I have my light stuff. So my wreaths, everything that's not really, I wouldn't be concerned as much if it falls or anything. And then right next to it are items that are Easter, but they don't necessarily fit in a tote. Also, these are the bags that I wanted to show you guys that I recently just got that I love to use for blankets, pillows. So far I've used them for all the major holidays I decorate for, so Valentine's, all the bedding, the Halloween blankets, all my Christmas pillows and blankets. So I like them. I highly recommend these, and they don't feel like they're gonna break easily, so I recommend. And let me tell you guys, the amount of driving I had to do, not a lot, but like 45 minutes just to get these bags because they were sold out everywhere. And I waited till last minute because I'm like, no, I don't need any more. That's a lie. I did, because I love these because they fit so much. So I didn't mind driving probably 45 minutes to an hour just to get these. And they were the last ones, so. I'm sorry, these bags are from Target. I'll probably link them down below so you guys can find them maybe in your area. But yeah, get them ASAP. And you guys, I forgot to put that bunny pillow in, so I had to retake everything out, reorganize it, which is fine. I don't mind, but I wish I would have seen that bunny pillow before I put everything in. And that is all for today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for being here, participating in watching me put away all my Easter stuff. I hope you guys had fun, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye!